Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, or whatever time it is around the world where you are today, on the 23rd. Was it the 24th? No, I think it's the 24th, was it? Yeah, pretty sure it's the 24th of July 2024. Coming up to the big day, the big event. United Kingdom, as it's been named. Uniting the Kingdom takes place on Saturday, July 27th. Starting point is the Royal Courts of Justice, which you will find off the Strand, up near the Aldwych, up that way, St Paul's. And from there, leaving there at 1 o'clock and walking down to Trafalger Square, where there's going to be a big event, more like a concert event. It's going to be a celebration of our culture, a celebration of being white, and a celebration of being British, and a celebration of being black and being British, and being black or Hindu, Indian, Sikh, Muslim, whatever your race, colour or creed. If you are red, white and blue through your heart and you love this country, you love England and you love this, you hear United Kingdom, you know, Ireland, Northern Ireland, Scotland, Wales and England, these great United Kingdom that's been held together now for over 1,000 years, have had its differences in the past, but now it's time we come together more than ever in the past, because more than ever in the past we need to unite. We need to unite as Great Britain, we need to unite as these United Kingdom, these great British Isles of ours that belong to the English, the Welsh, the Scottish and the Irish, be it North or Southern Ireland or Northern Ireland. Never ever before do we need to be more united against the threat that we face. And we all know what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. We all know, if we live in a part of these islands, whether we live in Ireland, England, Scotland or Wales, the Isle of Wight, we all know what I'm talking about. I'm not so much sure about the Isle of Wight, but anyway, mainland Britain, we all know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the people of different races, different creeds, cultures. I'm talking about the people of different creed, a belief in a different God to what we believe in. Don't believe in anything, any of our values. Don't believe in anything to do with our culture. Do not believe or want anything to do with integration or anything to do with British or British culture. All they want to do is destroy it. We are told that we should be ashamed to be British. We should be ashamed of our history. That's not the schooling, not an education that I was brought up. It's not the education system that I was brought up. When I went to school as a 5, 6, 7, 8 year old, I was taught to be proud of my country. I learnt through my parents and my grandparents what they went through during the 2 world wars. That's how I learnt my history, and that's the way it was. And we did assembly every morning, Monday to Friday, every morning, school assembly. From a very young age, from the age of 5, 6 years of age. Morning prayers and morning hymns. Onward Christian soldiers. And I went to church on a Sunday. Not because I particularly wanted to, but because I particularly had to. And that's my culture. But I'm told that that's not my culture and it is not to be my culture any longer. Well, I am sorry. I'm too old to change. But I'll tell you what I will do. I will stand up and I will fight and I will speak out against any change to do with my culture. I can see quite simply, and I've been sitting back and watching, and I've been speaking out for many, many years now, but I've been sitting back and it's got worse and worse and worse and worse. It's now got to the state where it's worse than it's ever been. In the very first day of the new Labour Party government, I believe somewhere in the region of over 100 illegals arrived in that first day. In that very first day. You know, I'm not going to get into the politics of it all because I think I don't need to explain. Anyone with a glass eye and an hearing aid can see what's going on, or should be able to see what's going on. And you work out the figures. Just work out the figures for yourself. The rate of children that this culture and religion, well, it's not a religion, this culture, and because it's politics, well it is and it isn't, it's politics, religion and law all wrapped up into one. That's what Islam is. Whereas we are different. We're supposed to be different. State and church are supposed to be two different things. Church is one thing and the state is another. But I'm not going to get into all that. In 10 years' time, the white British people of this country, or black British people come to that, black, or whatever race, we will be in the minorities. The Muslims will be in the majority. We'll no doubt have a Muslim Prime Minister. Now, I don't know, you can call me a racist, you can call me whatever I do not care. You can call me right wing, far right, I do not care what you call me. I'm entitled to my freedom of speech. With my freedom of speech, people are being cancelled. We've seen it all. We've seen it. Celebrities speak out. If you're high profile and you've got an 500,000 followers, if you've got even more than that, then the chances are you speak out against what the system wants and the way the government want to run things, then the chances are you will be cancelled because people will ring up and moan and complain. But I'm going to get on to something else now. I've said enough about that. July 27th, it's going to be like a big concert. Unite the Kingdom is the title of the event. Trafalger Square, 1 o'clock. Guest speakers, gospel singers, music, a couple of films, clips. The film's being played. Starts at 1 o'clock. It'll be finishing around about 5:30. I've been reliably informed. Around 5 o'clock, shouldn't finish any later than 5:30 because we need to get out of there by a certain time. But it'll have its own security. Families welcome. If you love this country, if you're proud of this country and you're proud to be British, or if you're born in these countries and you may not be a Christian, but you may well be a Muslim, but if you're born within these islands, whatever your race, colour or creed, you are quite welcome. But you come in peace. We come in peace. The safety of everybody that goes to this event is paramount and has been taken care of. The police have been informed, notified. The consultations have been taking place with the police. There will be other groups that will want to get in on the day. I've been reliably informed, but the police have been asked these questions and the police have responded with they will have no chance. There won't be many of them anyway, even if they do turn up to cause trouble, because that's all these rival groups, whatever they belong to, want to do. They're mainly left-wing anyway. They're mainly left-wing loonies, you know, that go around gluing themselves to dustbins, you know, and chucking themselves in the middle of the road and making their fucking lives of everybody a misery. That lot, you know. This is an organised event. It's going to take place between the hours of 12 o'clock and 5 o'clock, 5:30, and that will be it. We'll all disperse and go home, and it will go off very peacefully. Everyone will have a great day. Enjoy the day. People are coming from all over the country. Tommy's going to be there. All the boys are going to be there. Richard Inman, Paul Thorpe, all the lads, Danny Tomo, all the boys, the bricklayer, all the well-known guys, Mayor Tusi, all the well-known guys that we all know and love and see and watch and subscribe to their YouTube channels, all these citizen journalists as they are known as now. They're citizen journalists coming from all over the world, from America, from Canada, from Ireland, Scotland. They're coming from all over the place. I think there's even people coming over from Australia. It's going to be a great day. Hopefully it's going to be a historical day. We want a massive, massive, massive turnout because this is a new movement. It's a culture movement. It's a movement of British people that do not want to see our culture and British way of life changed into something that we would not recognise in 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now. That quick. It's upon us that quick. This is why it's so crucial and vital that we act now. Because it's too late. We cannot leave it to our kids. It will be too late. It'll be too big and too late, too big a job to take on. It's people of our generation, the older generation, primarily, that need to stand up, speak out. We know and we've lived and seen the changes, we've lived through the changes. I can remember what it was like as a 5 or 6 year old boy when I was a young lad back at school. Here I sit over 60 years later, 68 years of age, and I don't recognise the world that I'm living in. I certainly don't recognise the city I was born in. I'm a Londoner. I'm a South Londoner. I now live in West London. And this is a beautiful city, a beautiful, beautiful city. I've got to go out and venture out and take care of a bit of business later on, so I'm going to be going further up into the city. And it's a beautiful city, London. It's far, far, far too populated. There's far, far, far too many people living here. And I believe the white British now are in the minority in London. We've got a Muslim mayor that's destroying everything, destroying London, any which way or think it possibly, you cannot wave the English flag. Cab drivers are told they can't wave the English flag on their cabs. We're told that our flag is kind of tones of racism. It's all to do with racism. We should hate ourselves. Enough said on that. I'm going to quickly move on to Tommy Robinson. And what I want to say about Tommy Robinson is this. I don't get it. I don't understand people that don't understand or get Tommy Robinson and say all the bad things that they do about Tommy Robinson. A lot has got to do with journalism. I've had people make comments to me on Facebook, for example, that Tommy Robinson's been in prison 3 or 4 times or whatever for this, for that, for stalking a journalist. Yeah, I know about that journalist that he got done for. She phoned the police and he got prosecuted for stalking her. He was outside her house, ringing her doorbell. She wouldn't come to the door to answer the door, and she phoned the police. And she was a journalist and she was writing articles. I can't recall the paper that she was writing articles for, but it was obviously a well-known one. I think it might have been a Daily Express or a Daily Mail. I would not like to say, I don't know. But it was a well-established daily newspaper. And I don't know the exact gist. I do know some of it, but I ain't got time to go into it right here. But he went to her door to point out a few things and ask her basically why she was telling lies. She was basically lying about him. He went to court and everything. She appeared in some court case, and she's appeared in court cases and things, and all sorts. And that's what the journalists are like. And they twist everything because they twist it to suit the agenda, to suit the narrative, to suit the government narrative. The media and the government work in cahoots together. Work together hand in hand. And so people obviously follow the mainstream media, and they believe what they see on the TV news. They believe what they see reading the newspapers, rather than believe and watch the man and research the guy and get to know the guy himself. And when I got to know, and I've been following Tommy Robinson since 2009, 2010, last 14 years, I've had my eyes on him, and. The man's changed. He was a lot younger back in them days. He's matured. He's a lot older. He was married, now divorced. I think he's got 3 kids, 2 girls and a boy. And I think the boy's around about 15 years of age at the last time I heard. And he does things in a different way. He's a lot older, a lot wiser. He's now a journalist. And he's up in court again. Too supposed to be. And the reason he's up in court again is because they want to shut him up and lock him up and put him in prison, because they don't want the public to hear what he has to say. This is why he gets vilified and treated the way he gets treated by the constabulary, the police, because they're under instructions. These people, the police just work for the government, they work for the establishment, that's who they work for. They don't really work on behalf of us. They're there to protect them from us. So they enforce their laws, the police enforce their laws on us to protect them from us. So that's why they want to keep locking him up. They're hoping if they lock him up for another 2 years that they'll get done inside, because if he goes into prison there's a big, huge risk to his life. He'd have to spend that in solitary confinement and be kept away from mainstream prison for his own safety, because he wouldn't come out of there alive. Because we all know what and who are inside the majority of these prisoners, and who and what they are these days. They're Muslims. And how many of them are foreign Muslims that have come into this country illegally, or they've come into this country and they've committed crimes, and that's why they're in fucking prison. And if people speak out against this, they're called a racist. I think anyone that's got a normal brain or a normal head on their shoulders would see what's going on, and I'm sure wouldn't agree with it. And if we did agree with it, then you'd go have a fucking screw loose somewhere. Or go and get your head looked at. I love Tommy Robinson, and I'm pleased to see that he speaks highly now of the general public. Wherever he goes, and wherever he is in the world, he's greeted with love, respect, handshakes, cuddles, hugs. And people are out there today love him, because the world has woken up to Tommy Robinson and the message he's been giving for years and years and years. And I'll tell you what, Sir Winston Churchill had a statue made for what he did and achieved throughout his life. I believe and hope one day there will be a Sir Tommy Robinson arise. And he has a statue of what he did, and for many, many years did alone. And only those that were very good friends of his. this tiny little group of 20 people they started with. I suggest anyone go and listen to him. Go and watch his videos and listen to his story and listen to the town and Luton town, the way Luton changed and has changed and transformed over the years. And Tommy was born in Luton. He's from Luton. He's got many friends of his are Muslim. Went to school with them, grew up with them. But he grew up and he see what was coming because he could see it happening in his own town. The mosques, how many mosques were going up, how many churches were closing down, how many radicals were on the high street on a Saturday morning, pushing their shit, converting children to Islam. Do you think that's right? If you think that's right, then you've got you're gonna need psychiatric help, mate. That's all I'm gonna say now, because I'm a busy day, got things to do. Love, Tommy. Don't forget. I'll see you all on Saturday, Trafalgar Square, 1 o'clock, where the event will take place. Meeting up at 12 o'clock, Royal Courts of Justice, just off the Strand. And marching down to the event, down the Strand, into Trafalgar Square for 1 o'clock. Okay, love you all. You take care now.